Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
And that's going to be incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. They're going to look to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates are going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react.
And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Dalvin Cook, his second touchdown on the season. And the Bears are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Nagar is up and good. And it's now 14-0.
Lions, nothing.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that...
And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Akeem Hicks gets him for a loss of 8. What great push up front. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. They'll run for the first time with DeAndre Swift. And a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16. Call it a 3-yard gain, but they'll be forced into a 3rd and 15 coming up.
Mike 27, Mike 27, Mike 27. Switch up, switch up. Hey, check Mike 27, check Mike 27. Come 19, come 19. Check.
Back to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Bears take over. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. Now a handoff looking right. Powering forward. Cook able to escape as he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Fields. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 27-yard line.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
On play action, Fields. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Kmet. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
1st down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
On 2nd down, it's Cook again. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Give him a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up 3rd down. To throw is Fields. And Graham on the ground. And the Bears are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Chicago. $14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start. They'll run for it with Cook, and he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Dalvin Cook, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Bears will extend their lead. The guard out for the extra point. And it is now 21-0.
Makes the score Bears 21, Lions nothing.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy. because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
Now a play fake here on first down. Williams brings it in. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
And partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. And he's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
6 guys. Check 60 Eagle. 60 Eagle. Undercrush. Check Bobcat. Check Bobcat. He's crashing. He's checking crash. Check. 60 Bobcat. 60 Bobcat.
They'll set up to throw. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Zaven Collins. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done.
44, Mike, 44.
Looking to throw. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Hockenson. A good pickup there, 18 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. I certainly know that I, for one, would not like to be on the other end of a tackle when this guy's coming at you full speed from his strong safety spot. Boy, that was a nice play. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down. 2 minutes gone by, 2nd quarter. They'll try and sneak it here. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48.
But when you do call quarterback sneak, you don't mind if your quarterback's a little bit on the vertically challenged side, do you? Because he's just going to hide behind his big guys up front and be able to surge forward and pick up the 1st down.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Akeem Hicks picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure, and these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
2nd and 13. Buying time to his left. This one complete to his running back, Jamal Williams. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the 2nd quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum, because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
On play action, they'll throw. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And he is going to have a Lions 1st down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
At the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back there and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Steps away to his left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into his windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. A good first down call as the screen play gets him 9.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up second and a yard.
Two minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Come get some. Come on. Hey, smash. He don't want it. Hey, check Mike 27. Check Mike 27. Watch twist.
Second and 1. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's third down. So nothing there on the screen that time.
That means all that great acting they tried on offense went for naught, didn't it? Because you have to try and influence them. Make them think that you're doing something else. Make them think that they can get to the passer by letting them by and then setting up the screen and getting downfield. Didn't happen at all. Give a lot of credit to the defense for not tumbling to that one. And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
First and goal at the 2-yard line.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up second and goal. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. He'll look to throw. He'll buy some time right toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, Brandon, we see why it's a team game there because there's a sigh of relief that they just released defensively. If he's able to get that one away, that's likely a touchdown. But instead, that pressure from the front got to him and forced the incompletion.
You're right. He had him open, just a split second too late on the release. They'll run here on third and goal. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The offense is staying out there. Here we go on fourth and goal from the 1.
Safety's creeping. Fofo's the Mike. Mike's Fofo. Better bring it. You better bring it. I'm letting you know right now. You better.
It's a quarterback sneak, and he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. It's their quarterback. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Lions' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And the lead will be cut down to 14.
Lions 7. Youngway set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. On the return, Deontay Harris. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And he's out of bounds, but not before getting across the 50 to the 45.
Now that's the kind of return that warms the heart of a special teams coach. He'll be pushing us next time, Brandon, to make sure his guys are introduced in the starting lineups. These guys have such an influence on every game. The unsung heroes, remember, they have their own meetings, their own practice time, heck, their own spot on the bench in order to be ready to play each and every week.
Now a first down throw, Fields. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Second and 10. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. Nine yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Fields to throw on 3rd and 1. That's complete right side to Kmet. And he will have the Bears first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Play action. It's Fields. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line.
Justin Fields sacked. A loss of 9 yards. It's second down.
A final shot before the break. Fields. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. So we reach halftime with the visiting Bears out on top here. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. Here comes Deontay Harris from his end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder in the ball carrier, and down he goes.
Fields on first down. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
They'll run on first down. Cook. And he'll get this up to about the 40. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now it's Fields. Open man is Kmet, the tight end.
When the offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because there should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory.
40 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
A play fake, now Fields to throw.
Rolling to his left. That ball is caught. Marquez Valdes-Scantling. Touchdown, Chicago. Marquez Valdes-Scantling. His 2nd touchdown on the season as the Bears push further out in front. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. He's at the 40, the 20, and he'll bring it back all the way. Touchdown, Lions.
Well, he made the right choice by result, but a little bit surprising because now with touchbacks coming back to the 25 instead of the 20, when guys fielded that deep in the end zone, I think most coaches want them to take a knee.
Yeah, it's resulted in more kneel downs. Not right there. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And the lead will be cut down to 14. So let's try this again. After the kick return, TD, here's yet another kickoff.
Taken in at the 3. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
Their lead down from 21 to 14, but still sitting in a great spot, up 2 scores here in the 3rd quarter. Fields throw complete here to Kmet.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Working with 2nd and 5 now.
A give to Cook out of the gun. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
On 1st and 10, here's Fields. And this will be caught by Mooney.
And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
2nd down and 4. Out of the gun, Fields.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Will Harris. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Koo able to connect on the extra point, and that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Here comes Harris out of the end zone. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
For most people, the excitement of the kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder into ball carrier, and down he goes.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
Big hold to the 30, and all the way up to the 35-yard line.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
On first down, it's Cook. Cook able to escape, and he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard. Back to throw, Fields. And, oh, he took that in one-handed. What a grab.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
They'll run on first down. Cook, unable to corral him. He fights through. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 70 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
And the Bears first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10. On play action, Fields. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
And now it's Valdez-Scantling on the end around. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
I think the reason this play is so successful is not just the blocking at the point of attack, but how about the speed at which he takes the handoff? He's in motion already, so he's not coming from a flat start like a running back often is. He's in a full run by the time he gets the football.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On first down, it's Cook. Open space inside the 10. And he's all the way down to the 6-yard line.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. A good display of power, but ultimately it gets him just inside the 5 to the 4 and no further. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's second down.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Marked that down for a win in the defense's column.
Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook, and he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's third and goal. Now Fields. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down.
Well, the defensive guys won't be real happy because there won't be a sack on this play because he did get back to the line of scrimmage. But what a job they did overall. Hemmed him in and gave him nowhere to go with the football.
Nagar's kick is good. So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you didn't mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game. Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Going deep here for Bryant. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball has been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And he is going to have the Lions first down. He needed 5. He got it barely, as it will officially go down as a gain of 5 yards.
First and 10 at the 20.
Back to throw again. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground.
94 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, at this stage, that's exactly what you want offensively. Good run on 1st down, stay in bounds, keep that clock rolling.
And look at that play chart that the play caller has in his hands right now. That's what you got to focus in on, because that's divided up by sections. And right now, he's looking at that 4-minute offense section. What running plays do we have to bleed down the clock and take care of the football? Right now, they're executing really well.
It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. Now Cook, he's got it off the draw. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the 1st down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Nagar's kick is good. That kick, by the way, Charles, a career long.
Well, we did watch him in pregame, and he hit from this distance, so not a surprise. But there still is something exciting about it, carrying it over from practice and pregame to actually doing it in live action.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Bears 2nd and 10.
But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
Second time he's fumbled in this game. Fortunate for him, this one goes out of bounds.
And the key for him now is how much equity have you built up with your coaching staff? How much equity have you built up with your team to continue to get opportunities? Fortunate that one went out of bounds, saved him from a turnover.
Hey, check Mike 27, check Mike 27. Let's go, baby, return it. Get that ball.
They'll look to throw here on first down. He's going to air one out. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
Check. Check hot route. Hot. Shoot. Watch the safety creep.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air, eluding the pressure right. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 32-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Back to throw here.
Will find Bryant, his tight end. It's complete.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. 2nd and 5. Going to throw deep for the end zone.
And, that would get a wide up incomplete. Nearly an interception in the end zone. Probably should have been. 3rd down coming up.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. They're going to look to throw. Letting one go deep for the end zone.
And this one dropped in the end zone. Looked like a touchdown, but not to be. And now it's 4th down.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Bears will get the football back. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
108 yards for him on the ground now on that, his 20th carry of the ball game.
Now a run with Cook. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Charles Harris there on the stop. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 42-yard line.
On 2nd down, Cook. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And they were spurred on by a strong performance in that fourth quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the fourth quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for the Bears, they're into the win column now as they move to 1-2 on the young season. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the New York Jets. Meanwhile, for Detroit, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Lambeau to take on the Packers.